Okay, welcome to this tutorial for Adobe Premiere Basic Video Editing. I'm Mariano. I'll be teaching you how to edit basic clips today. Okay, so here we go. First you're going to want to open up Adobe Premiere Pro, if you want to call it that. Yeah, pretty sure you're on your way to becoming a great editor. Alright, here it is. It's opening up. Didn't take too long, which is good. Okay, so since we're starting off, let's start a new project. I know here we'll call it tutorial. And hit OK. And here's your sequence options. It tells you all the descriptions about it. Tells you the audio, the frame size, frame rate. Everything's normal, standard. Standard for DV and TSC editing. Sequence 01. Just hit OK. Go ahead. Give it some time. There it is. Alright, now here's a basic layout for any kind of editing you're going to want to do. Here's a basic layout for it. Here's the project window, the project bin. This is where all your little clips, every time you import a clip, it'll pop up in here. Here's the preview window where you can watch your clips, make sure they're the right ones. Then here's the timeline program window, where whatever you have down here in your timeline, you can scrub through and check all your editing progress through here. And over here we have the effects window, where it has all kinds of effects and transitions for just to mess around with, get more, just get a better clip. You know what I mean? Like, mess with it pretty much. Bring out more colors, add effects to it, whatever you feel like you need to do. Which is why you're editing, of course. And here's your timeline. Here's your scrubber, your playhead. You can scrub along here to find the exact frame you need to be at on your clip. Here's the I guess this would be, I'm not this basically it shows you how much of your project is. Whatever's selected, whatever part is in this along this bar is how much of your project is selected. So if you make a project about 10 minutes, you're going to want to extend it all the way out to make sure when you render and export, you have all that clip with you. And then here's your little audio levels to make sure you don't redline too much. And here's your little toolbar where you have like razor, hand tool, pen tool, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is import a couple clips. To get us started, go File, Import, and then, okay, I'll take this one. This clip should be fine. There you go. And then I'll probably import a couple more so we can make like a little, add some transitions, show y'all how that goes. Let's see. I'll throw in this little clip, File, Import. And probably one more. There we go. Alright, so what you're going to do, once you import all your clips, they'll end up here in the project bin. And eventually the more clips you add, it'll turn into a big old list. You can just scroll through, find your clips. So what you're going to want to do is click them. See, if you double click them, they'll pop up here in the preview window. And in here, you can scrub through them, make sure they're the right clip and everything. Once all that's checked out, all you gotta do is click and drag into the timeline, and once they pop up in the video track, you let it go. And see here, the top is, make sure, see how it's the pen tool right now? You're gonna want to make sure you have the arrow tool selected so you can move around and stuff. And here's a video track, which is on top where it has your video clip. And on the bottom are the audio tracks where it has audio to the video, so make sure that's all selected and stuff, make sure everything's in. And then say we want to cut the clip right around here. What you could do is either use the razor tool and just make a couple cuts and see how it go back to the arrow, see how it separates, it makes that little line. So now it's two separate clips. And with that, you could just go ahead and delete this clip or what have you. But let me see. Let me undo really quick. Alright, see it join back together. Undo, Control Z, a little shortcut. Remember that. And you could cut them, or you could go to the edge of the clip and see how it turns into a little bracket like that. When it turns into a bracket, that means you could either lengthen or shorten either way. So that way the clip, it's an easier way to cut clips, I would think. And then you just roll it on back and see how it snaps right onto where your timeline is. So say I have my playhead right here. Once I move close enough, it goes ahead and snaps on right to where that frame is. So let's say I want it right there. Snap, perfect. And then I'll see, kind of bailed on that one, so I'll start the clip right there. That should work. And then go ahead and drag in another clip. And then if you want to zoom in, because you can't really see much can't really edit much because it's too small. So if you want to get really precise with your cuts, you can go ahead and use down here the little zoom tool to go ahead and zoom in on your timeline. And it makes everything a lot bigger. So now your time's more spread out. You can see a lot more of the frames instead of just seconds or minutes when you're zoomed out a lot. So there we go. Go ahead and trim it a little bit more. Then look back, go ahead and click and drag it. Make sure they connect. See how they snapped on? Make sure they connect so there's just like smooth, no drop frames, no black frames in between. It's a lot easier to see when you're zoomed in, by the way. And there you go. You want to cut that right there, shorten it up a bit, and do the same for this last one as well. Click and drag. Get it to the right spot. Shorten it up. And there you go. I'm going to want to cut it right there, so nice. Alright, now there, if you look, you can go ahead and press play right here, and this will start playing the clips. And you see, all together, no black space, but I mean, if you want to make a smoother transition in between them, you can go ahead into the Effects tab, go to Video Transitions, drop down menu. And there's all kinds of little transitions, you know, like page peels, slides, everything, but just for a smooth basic one, go ahead and use Dissolve and Cross Dissolve. And it's the same way as dragging a clip in. You just click and drag it on in, and you drag it to where the two clips meet, because this one is going to crossfade both clips into one smooth little transition like that. Makes it a nice little touch, you know, add a little flavor to your clips. So yeah, you can just go ahead and add that. There you go. Makes it look like you've done more work than you actually have. Hit play. Nice smooth transitions. There you go. And a smooth landing. It's always good. So yeah, that's basic aspects of actually editing. See how it's way back here if you want. I mean, of course you're going to drag it to the beginning of the timeline, so that'll be the start of your clip. And there you have it. That's the basic way to edit. And once you finally grasp this concept, you can look at my later tutorials, which will get more in depth on filters and color balance and all kinds of other things. So that looks pretty sick. But yeah, just thanks for checking this out. Hopefully you learned some from this and you can carry on with your knowledge of this little program and get a lot better, and hopefully I'll learn something from you guys later on. But thanks for watching.